I'm going to be giving you a persuasive speech on eating disorders and how media and modeling has affected this disorder in younger children. Why are eating disorders affecting so many people at young ages, especially women? According to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, eating disorder incidences have gone up over the past 50 years. This begs the question as to what has happened over the past 50 years to propagate such changes. There is something in these girls' everyday lives that is giving them the impression that their body is something to be concerned about. Easily available exposure to this through media and the daily examples of their mothers could be a deciding factor to this very sad and unfortunate change within the younger generation of females. An eating disorder is defined as any range of psychological disorder characterized by abnormal eating habits. There are 3 kinds of eating disorders that have been shown to affect individuals. The first is commonly known as anorexia nervosa, and this is where a person will not eat enough and lose excessive amounts of weight. They think that they are fat when in actuality they are very slim. So they will refuse to eat in front of people in order to experience large amounts of weight loss. Bulimia nervosa is where a person will eat excessive amounts of food and try to get rid of what they just ate. They will use laxatives and enemas and make themselves throw up in order to lose weight. Binge eating is where a person will eat way too much food and do nothing to get rid of what they just ate. All of these have different symptoms, but they all come back to the same issue, is where women feel that their bodies are not thin or beautiful enough. An obsession with this can lead into lifestyles for women where they're constantly worried about what they're eating, and their quality of lives are exchanged for anxiety and frustration. According to the American Psychology Association, body image is the mental representation one creates that influences behaviors. A negative body image not only will affect their health, but also affect them with anxiety, depression, and they tend to have more unhealthy relationships. One of the most determining factors for this issue is the effect of mass media. 50 years ago, media was not as big of an issue or as easily available as it is today. There wasn't something constantly telling women the ideal way to look. It has tainted the way in which women think that they should look. Images are portrayed in magazines, advertisement, and television depicting the perfect way a woman should look and what size to be, and even how to achieve it. Advertisements for dieting foods make it even harder for women to keep their minds wandering from the possibility of a better body. There's a bombardment of actresses and models that are plastered everywhere and seen by everyone. And the exposures of childhood will transcend into adulthood. The second reason for this issue in younger children would be through modeling. Modeling is defined as a strand of behavior whereby learning occurs through observation. The learner will then reciprocate the behavior or limit it without any comment or reinforcement of the behavior. This basically states that behaviors can be learned by simply watching the behaviors of an influential person in someone's life. Therefore, it's extremely important that women be careful the way they think about their bodies in front of their little girls. Normal developing children should be carefree and not burdened with the constant pressures of adulthood. When a child is hearing all of the time from their mothers that she herself is fat, the child will naturally come to the conclusion that she is fat as well. Hearing all of the passing comments about the mother, that the mother is avoiding certain foods, will then create phobias of certain foods in the minds of an impressionable child. Eating disorders are a very sad thing that happens to children, and they are very unhealthy for children, and especially to the full-grown women. It's very sad when these little children are already developing these habits and will be a detriment to them for their future lives. We must be very careful in how we talk about our bodies to our children and around young girls, and we need to view ourselves in a way that media doesn't have a huge effect on us.